'Ndrangheta. Imagine you decide to open a shop in Calabria, Italy, and the next day you find it burned. The story began in 1860, marking the early appearance of the 'Ndrangheta in Italy. It is considered number one globally because it controls around 80% of the cocaine trade in Europe. Its estimated annual revenue is about 53 billion euros, more than the budget of McDonald's, with over 20,000 members. In some villages in Calabria, everything is under their control. The mayor, local police are infiltrated, so if you decide to open a shop without their permission, you either pay them or your shop gets burned. These groups rely on blood ties. If a member betrays the organization, it is considered like betraying their own family, which makes infiltration extremely difficult. Yakuza, Japan. They originated during the Edo period from 1603 to 1868 from two groups. The first group, Tikia. They were street vendors and groups who organized markets and festivals. The second group, Bakuto. They were groups of illegal gamblers. Tikia plus Bakuto plus Yakuza. Families, Kobun, members. Each family has a leader called the Oyabun. The most famous and powerful family is Yamaguchi Gumi. Yakuza traditions, full body tattoos, as a punishment for mistakes. A member may cut off part of their finger as a sign of apology and loyalty. One of the unusual things is that despite being a criminal organization involved in activities such as money, laundering, gambling, and extortion, they also provided help during the 2011 earthquake and helped organize affected areas. Their number was around 180,000 in the 1960s, but today it is around 25,000. Cosa Nostra is a mafia organization that originated on the island of Sicily in Italy, meaning it is originally Italian, not American. It began in the 19th century when the state was weak. Back then, it offered protection to people in exchange for money, and over time it turned into a large criminal organization. With the migration of Italians to America, Cosa Nostra moved there and became very powerful, especially in New York, where what is known as the Five Families appeared. There were tens of thousands of members between Italy and America. Today, their numbers are much lower. Their activities include extortion, drug trafficking, murder, money laundering. But their most important rule is omerta, the code of silence. One of the most famous mafia bosses was John Gotti, the boss of the Gambino family in America. He was nicknamed the Dapper Don because he always appeared in elegant suits and was not afraid of the media. John Gotti was charged with multiple crimes. However, one of his closest associates, his underboss, decided to betray him and cooperate with the police. That's when John Gotti's legend came to an end. He was sentenced to life in prison and died there. The Sinaloa Cartel is a Mexican organization originating from the state of Sinaloa in Mexico. It was founded in the late 20th century. Its number of members is estimated to be in the thousands. The Sinaloa Cartel is responsible for drug trafficking, money laundering, violence and assassinations. It is known for its intelligence in smuggling operations, such as using secret tunnels under the border. The most famous leader of the cartel is Joaquin Guzman, also known as El Chapo, the most wanted man in the world. He was captured more than once, but he kept escaping. One of his most famous escapes was through a long tunnel dug from inside his prison cell, equipped with lighting and ventilation. But in the end, he was captured again and extradited to the United States, where he was sentenced to life in prison. To this day, the Sinaloa Cartel remains very powerful and is considered one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world. Bratva, it is a network of organized criminal groups that originated in Russia, and it is considered one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world. It rose strongly after the collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 1990s. Estimates suggest that the number of Russian mafia members is in the thousands, with a wide network of influence both inside and outside Russia. One of its most powerful organizations is Solntsevskaya Bratva. This group is considered one of the largest and most dangerous. The Triads. Imagine a secret organization, hundreds of years old. It started as a revolution and became one of the most dangerous criminal groups in the world. This is the Chinese triads. They began in the 18th century as secret societies. Their goal was to overthrow the ruling power at that time. But over time, they transformed into criminal organizations operating in the shadows. Estimates suggest that the number of triad members is in the thousands. Their activities include drug trafficking, money laundering, fraud and forgery, prostitution, illegal gambling. Some of the most well-known groups include 14K, Sun Yi-on. The 14K group was founded in China. Later, it became especially powerful in Hong Kong. MS-13, or Mara Salvatrucha, a gang that originated from immigrants. It was formed in the 1980s. At first, it started as a group to protect Salvadoran immigrants from other gangs, but over time, it turned into a very violent criminal organization. Estimates suggest their numbers range from 30,000 to 70,000 members. Worldwide, a large portion are located in Central America and the United States. MS-13 is known for extreme violence and killings, drug trafficking, extortion, human trafficking. Today, the gang still exists. The Medellin Cartel, a drug trafficking organization that originated in the city of Medellin in Colombia. It was founded in the late 20th century, specifically during the 1970s and 1980s. It quickly grew to control a large portion of the global cocaine trade, especially toward the United States. Its membership numbered in the thousands. Its activities included smuggling massive quantities of cocaine, money laundering, assassinations, bombings, corruption within the government. The most famous leader was Pablo Escobar. He started his life poor, but became one of the richest and most dangerous men in the world. He smuggled tons of cocaine into the United States, earning millions of dollars daily. But his power was not only based on money, it was also based on violence. He entered an open war with the government in Colombia, carrying out bombings and assassinations, and even bringing down a civilian passenger plane. In the end, after a long manhunt, he was killed in 1993. With his death, the power of the Medellin cartel came to an end. Los Zetas, a Mexican, it was founded in the late 1990s when a group of Mexican special forces soldiers defected and entered the world of crime. They initially worked as the military wing of the Gulf Cartel. Over time, they split off and became an independent organization. Estimates suggest their numbers are in the thousands. Their activities include drug trafficking, killings and assassinations, money laundering, kidnapping for ransom. One of their most notable leaders was Heriberto Lascano, known by the nickname Z3. He was a former special forces soldier. Under his leadership, Los Zetas expanded significantly, but also entered into bloody conflicts with other cartels. In 2012, he was killed during a confrontation with the Mexican army. This was a major blow to the group. Today, Los Zetas have weakened significantly compared to the past. They have split into smaller groups, but they still exist. The Camorra, a criminal organization that originated in the city of Naples in Italy. It was founded in the 18th century, even before Cosa Nostra. It controlled the streets and markets inside Naples. Unlike other mafias, the Camorra does not have a single powerful leader. Instead, it is made up of smaller groups and families, each operating almost independently. Estimates suggest their numbers are in the thousands. Their activities include drug trafficking, money laundering, fraud and forgery. One of the most famous Camorra bosses was Paolo Di Lauro. He was a powerful leader in Naples and controlled the drug trade for a long time. In the early 2000s, an internal war broke out between him and splinter groups from his organization. This turned the streets of Naples into a battlefield. Today, the Camorra still exists,